It's time to shut up and drink, the internet's premier trivia drinking game show. We have 3 contestants ready to engage in trivia combat with each other and the rest of the internet. If you can survive 3 rounds of questions, you get to face the equalizer. And it can all come down to one question. Will you secure glory, or will you just have to shut up and drink?
Well, hello there again, everybody. Welcome back to another live stream edition of Shut Up and Drink Trivia. I'm your host, Slamuel, and it's time to work that part of the brain, once again, that operates a little better after a few drinky poos. We have 3 new sacks of meat and brains in the hot seats ready to be broken down into pulpy rubble, so let's get right to it. Is this coming through? So, can you guys hear me? Ben, you can hear me? Somebody? Anybody tell me you can hear me? Anybody? Alright, so you can hear me now. I'm trying to see. Have you guys been able to hear me at all? Okay. That's what I thought. I had been asking if anyone could hear me, and no one said yes. And I don't know why I'm still talking, because... All right, can you hear me now? Or how about now? All right. And is anyone hearing me? Okay. Mike, tell me if you can hear me on the live stream in the chat. Okay, he said he can. Cool. Let's try this again. All right, well, let's try this again. Welcome back to Shut Up and Drink, the live stream. I'm your host, Slamiel, and it's time to work that part of the brain that operates a little better after a few drinks. We have 3 new sacks of meat and brains in the hot seats, ready to be broken down into pulpy rubble. So we're going to get right to it. We're welcoming back 2 contestants tonight. We have Allie and B-Rye, who have survived previous renditions of this game, and we have a brand new soul to claim in Mandy. Welcome to the 3 of you. So, as always, our game is 3 rounds. Each round is 6 questions long. The first 5 are multiple choice worth 100 points, and the 6th is a fill-in-the-blank worth 200 points. We do have a theme for our fill-in-the-blank answers tonight, and that is sidekicks and best friends. So each question will be about fictional sidekicks and best friends from pulp culture. As always, we do have a catch. Each question is on a timer with the point and value decreasing every second. You're going to get 30 seconds with multiple choice questions and 45 seconds for fill-in-the-blanks. And on the very last question of the game, you're going to have a chance to wager as many of your points as you would like. It's called the Equalizer, and it is out for blood. The show's name is Shut Up and Drink, and it's basically a silent agreement amongst adults to drink if you get something wrong. So you are in charge of your own intake, however that looks. And if you are at home and want to play along, you can scan the QR code, or you can click the link in the chat. However you want to join is cool with me, if it's cool with you, and play some questions, talk some smack in the chat, and I'll try to read as many of them as I can. Sometimes I'm good at reading the chat, sometimes I'm really bad. But either way, let's get this game rolling. Get over to the gameplay screen, and oh yeah, my special guest sidekick is Benjamin Franklin, I think is what we're going with, because it's tax day and our founding fathers invented tax day, because what is representation without a little taxation to go with it? And with that,
also probably had to use the mail, and I was the first male postmasters. So we gotta help out a little bit.
there we go. He's explained himself perfectly. I don't feel weird about this at all. So, Mr. Franklin, founding father of syphilis, would you like to get the game rolling here? Or actually, here, I'm gonna just start the first question. I forget how we did our own shit. Question number 1, coming at you, multiple choice. Which of these rappers was not in the band Fugees? Which of these rappers was not in the band Fugees? You got Lauryn Hill, Praz Michael, Q-Tip, or Wyclef Jean as your options. Yes. And the timer flies. A few seconds left if you haven't answered yet. All right, so we're trying to figure out which of these rappers was not in the band Fugees. We had Lauryn Hill, Praz Michael, Q-Tip, and Wyclef Jean. Looks like 1 person went Praz, 2 people said Q-Tip, and 1 person said Wyclef Jean. And those of you in the majority who said Q-Tip would be correct. 50% of you knew that one. It's a good start. Looks like B-Rise on the I got that one train. Well done, sir. Well done. We're moving on to question 2. What Indian spice that grows in pods is used to make chai tea? What Indian spice that grows in pods is used to make chai tea? You got fenugreek, turmeric, coriander, or cardamom? Man, you're already shaking your head just like, what? Not feeling all right. Allie, you look strangely confident up there in your area.
I got some white wine to make everyone confident.
Okay. Get them brains all jived up on white wine. All right, so what Indian spice that grows in pods is used to make chai tea? We got fenugreek, turmeric, coriander, and cardamom. One person went turmeric. The remaining 3 said cardamom. And get in your vans because it is cardamom wagons or whatever that is was the correct answer. Mandy, you might be on mute. If you said something I could not hear.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I just didn't know if you said something specific or not.
No, I said happy you wait for the voice.
Oh. You'll find that out later. You'll know. All right, we're moving on to question number 3. As a teenager, Ryan Gosling lived next door to a member of what 90s boy band? Is that the Backstreet Boys, New Kids on the Block, NSYNC, or 98 Degrees? You don't know 90s boy bands and their former neighbors as children, Mandy? Oh, ooh, someone else has joined the game. We have 5 people answering now. This thing is blowing up. The timer is also blown up. As a teenager, Ryan Gosling lived next door to a member of what 90s boy band? 2 people went Backstreet Boys. Nobody said New Kids. 3 people said NSYNC, and nobody said 98 Degrees. And the correct answer was, in fact, he lived next door to AJ McLean, aka the Backstreet Boy, the bad boy of the Backstreet Boys. And I am really upset with myself that I actually know that, so we're going to carry on and move on to question number 4. Where is the uvula located? Where is the uvula located? Is that the ear, the throat, the armpit, or the crotch? And I'm pretty sure it was Ron Burgundy who threatened to punch someone right in the uvula. Or maybe it was Vanessa Corningstone who threatened to punch him in the uvula, but there was some uvula action being promised at some point in one of the Anchormans.
I remember I guess that my bro, you ever been punched and then you chewed him before?
What's that?
Did you know?
I remember semi-pro, he's like, have you ever been punched and then you chewed him before?
Oh, that might have been it. I honestly, I haven't really seen semi-pro. I'm a bad Will Ferrell fan. I almost called him Will Smith. That's how bad of a fan I am. All right, well, let's find out where the uvula is. In the ear, throat, armpit, or crotch. 1 person said ear. The remaining 80% of you playing went B for throat. And the correct answer was B. 80% of you were in the know there. I see some joyous dancing down in Mandy's corner there, so I'm guessing she's at least on the board. B-Rise finishing up a beer, so his brain power is only going to increase at this point. All right, we're on to our last multiple choice question for round 1. What is a group of owls called? What is a group of owls called? Is that a parliament, a hoot, murder, or flock? Yes, what are these noble creatures called in a flock? Or a group, not a flock. Spoiler alert, it ain't flock. And this is what happens when I have to fill dead time with my own talking. I just give answers away willy-nilly. Your strategy's working, all of you. All right, so what is a group of owls called? We got Parliament, Hoot, Murder, and Flock. I outed myself that Flock isn't right. It isn't Murder and isn't Hoot. And that's good because every single one of you went Parliament. A parliament of owls. So there we go. Well done. Now we're moving on to question 6. This is going to be our first fill-in-the-blank question of the night. As Mandy and B. Rhino, I am not a stickler for spelling. They host for me, and I'm pretty sure they don't normally require exact spelling when they're running a game themselves. So I would never ask you to do anything that I don't do myself. So yeah, try to spell as best you can. Again, it's going to be sidekicks and best friends from pop culture. And our first one up is this character portrayed in the movies by Gwyneth Paltrow when not running people over on skis was an assistant, business associate, and eventually romantic partner to Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. Who was this sidekick? Mandy, your face was just like, what is going on? All right. The timer's reducing. About 15 seconds. The answers are something else so far. That's good. All right, looks like someone squeaked in at the very end there. It looks like a couple teams did get this right, and a few teams did not get it right enough. And one person straight up didn't know this answer. It is not the cute redhead.
With that.
You never know. You never know. You gotta try. And then we have Pepper and Pepperson. And those were deemed not close enough by the judges, aka me. The correct answer was, in fact, Pepper Potts. So I was looking for the full Pepper Potts, not Pepperson, and just Pepper. But, you know, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So let's go to the rankings and see how we're doing after one whole round. Excuse-moi. Currently in 5th place, we have Trim Pike with 197 points. Very nice. And then Mandy, you're in 4th with 210. The Prophet of Tolerance, Benjamin Franklin's in 3rd with 339 points. B-Rise in 2nd with 350 points. And then we have Allie currently in the lead with 443 points. And basically the top 3 people have gotten 4 out of the 6 questions right. And the bottom portion of this are at 3 out of 6. So, not that really matters. Yeah, so you just got to answer faster. You'll be good. You'll be good. All right, let's take a little breather and just chat it out a little bit. And as Chatmaster Mike is saying, there is a tight race at the top, and he said he's been a fan of all the dancing you're doing, Mandy. So your vibing is vibing with the crowd at least a little bit there. Let's start from the top and work our way down. Allie, welcome back and congratulations on your current status as number 1.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah. So you feeling confident that you're gonna stay in 1st, or did you just come out swinging and maybe get a little lucky, or what's your feelings for the remainder of the game here?
It's called Shut Up and Drink. I think I got my liquid confidence. I'm doing great.
Amen. Spoken like a true veteran of this game. You know how this works. B-Rye, you're sitting in a pretty good spot right now. You know, everyone always kind of underestimates the number 2 position there. How do you feel about being a number 2 today?
I feel like I should be wearing an eye patch. I don't know. Feel like I could make my way up to the 1st. But it all depends on if I don't guess Pepperson. You know, it's always those last questions I gotta right in at the end there.
Yep, that is the game. You gotta. The last question is where it comes down to, and you know this because you host, and you've seen it. You've seen it yourself so many times. Sorry, we're getting some stream comments in. Apparently, your all's audio is coming through kind of wonky. And I don't know how to fix that because I just think I have a bad connection. So, we're going to try to power through. Mandy, you are in the 4th place, but you're not last. Hey, I'm airing your business. That's what I do. As host, that's my job, is to air the business. But are you, it's always the first couple of questions you got to get through. You feel a little more comfortable, a little more confident? All right. That's the kind of confidence I like to see. She's gonna have a turnaround. And I do have to mention that Mandy and B-Rye both host at different locations of the same brewery at Resolute Brewing Company. B-Rye's up in Arvada, Mandy's down at Centennial. And we always pit the tap rooms against each other, so the highest scoring team from their tap room gets like an extra round of beer cards. So I thought it'd be great to have them on and actually go toe-to-toe in a trivia format of their own. And obviously we won't have this count towards the overall taproom score, but should we tell people about this, how this game ends for, our social media pushes and whatnot?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to, brag when things go the right way. That's all I'm saying,
Yeah, exactly. There's Brian's slide just... It's all right. We'll figure out who the alpha is, and then we'll let the world know. So that's okay. All right, let's move on back into some gameplay here. Get back going into round 2, and going back into the multiple choice format for a little bit. No other fancy BS. We're just diving in. What video game publisher brought us digital epics like Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, and Austin Powers? Oh, behave. Question number 7. What video game publisher brought us digital epics like Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, and Austin Powers? Oh, behave. We have Rockstar, Activision, Ubisoft, and Bungie as your options. Who made all these bangers of games? The only one I haven't played was Austin Powers Oh Behave. That sounds like it could be a weird little sex romp of a game.
I've never even heard of that one.
I think there's a good reason you never heard of that, Ben. My guess is it did not sell many units. All right, so that's for question number 7, kicking off round 2. What video game publisher brought the digital epics like Grand Theft Auto, Max Payne, Austin Powers, and Oh Behave? We got Rockstar, Activision, Ubisoft, and Bungie. One team said Bungie, nobody said Ubisoft, or Activision. The remaining 4 of you said Rockstar Games, and the remaining 4 of you would be correct. Mandy went for the Bungie. So,
Who knew that one?
you're not a diehard gamer.
Nope.
All right, here's a non-video game based question. In what year were women allowed to compete in the modern Olympic Games? In what year were women allowed to compete in the modern Olympic Games? Was that 1920, 1900, 1880, or 1860? Yeah, all right.
Always earlier.
What was that?
So it's always earlier and later than you think.
That usually is.
Questions like this.
Usually is the way it goes, isn't it?
Regardless of what the answer is, it's not gonna be good. Oh man.
All right. Let's see how early or later you all thought it was. I don't even need to read the options again. Every single one of you answered 1920. And you are all incorrect. It was in 1900. The turn of the 20th century, or near the turn. However that works. So, see, you gave women even less credit than were due. They were allowed to compete in the Olympic Games before they could vote. So, that's
Solid.
That's our order of operation. Entertain us first, then you can have voting rights.
I didn't tie the two together.
Yeah. And all on tax day. Very great. Okay, let's move on. Who is the only NHL player to captain 2 different teams to Stanley Cup championships? That's, I know, it wasn't the Flyers, Mandy, that's for sure. Ha! Which is the only NHL player to captain 2 different teams to Stanley Cup championships? We have Alex Ovechkin, Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, or Mark Messier.
This is not fair for the girly girls.
I know plenty of ladies who like hockey. I know plenty. I know, like, maybe more than they're on this call. Maybe more than they're on this call.
I know.
I think I have something for the girly girls in here at some point. I don't really remember, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of scanning ahead, and there might be something better than hockey questions coming up. I can say this is the last hockey question. All right, so which of these hunks of burning puck are the only player to captain 2 different teams to Stanley Cup championships? 1 team said Ovechkin, 1 team said Gretzky, 2 teams said Lemieux, and 1 lone team said Mark Messier. And Ovechkin has still only played for the Washington Capitals. He's only 38. I guess only 38, that's pretty old, but... Wayne Gretzky has played for many teams, but not captained multiple teams to a Stanley Cup. And Mario Lemieux only played with 1 team his entire career, so the remaining answer was Mark Messier. Next time I see Mandy in person, I'm getting slapped, I can already tell. All right, well, I said there weren't any hockey questions left, but apparently I have a baseball question next. What did baseball umpires used to sit on when the game first started? What did baseball umpires sit on when the game first started? Was that stools, rocking chairs, benches, or swings? All while I'm sure the umps were singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" while sitting in whatever butt support device they chose. Even for being a baseball question, I feel like this one's obscure enough that everyone's equally like, what the fuck? Chatmaster Mike says they sat on Cracker Jacks, which, I mean, it kind of tastes like ass, so that story checks out. All right, so what did baseball umpires... I keep saying empires like the Empire State Building, but what did baseball umpires used to sit on when the game first started? We had stools, rocking chairs, benches, and swings. 3 of you said stools, 1 said rocking chair, and 1 said benches. And whoever said rocking chairs is rocking it, because that was correct.
What?
Oh, Allie's raising the roof. Mandy is not. And then Mike also says, in reality, they sat on their balls. You know what they say? Confucius said, baseball is wrong. Man with 4 balls cannot walk. So, bump. Tiny ump balls. Mike's on fire in the chat down there. Good for you, Mike. All right, moving on. Question number 11 has nothing to do with sports. Under Islamic law, how many wives is a man allowed to have at any time? Under Islamic law, how many wives is a man allowed to have at any one time? Is that 3, 4, 5, or 6? How many wives do the men of Islam get to legally claim? So very progressive. All right, time is up. We got 1 team that went 3, 2 teams said 4, 2 teams said 5, and nobody thought it was 6, which is good because it definitely isn't 6. The correct answer is one of the 2 teams, so either 4 or 5, and the correct one is actually 4. 4 wives for the men of Islam.
Can't drink, but you can have multiple wives.
Right?
Take that.
America, I will get love.
Yeah, I was trying to dig deep on some of these, and that one, for whatever reason, stuck out. So, let's move on to question number 12. That's going to be our second fill-in-the-blank about a sidekick or best friend. And this one, as it goes, is with a full name of Forsyth Pendleton Jones III. How could Archie resist him as his best friend and drummer in his titular comics? So what's the name of this comic book character? The full name of Forsyth Pendleton Jones III. How could Archie resist him as a best friend and drummer in his titular comics? Titular comics. What is this absolute specimen's name? All right. That's such a long question. It spent like half the timer just reading it off. We're getting some. I got a good answer there. Oh, damn. All right, there was some work being done on this one. Well done. 4 teams did know this one. The only one that was not right was punchable face. And while his face does look very punchable, Jughead was the correct answer. We had Jughead Jones. Someone put in his full fucking name, which is great, but the extra credit doesn't really apply there. So you still get whatever points you wound up with there. But that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. Better than last round. So always an improvement. And now,
The last time the last name was required, and this time it wasn't.
yeah, I know. Why you point out my inconsistencies, bro? Why are you blowing me up on the camera like this? I told you, I'm the jury, I'm the judge, I'm the executioner, baby. I tell what goes on. Benjamin Franklin.
The rules are ready.
Go fly a kite into some lightning, bro. That's all I gotta say. All right, let's see where our standings are after 2 rounds. And Benjamin Franklin has picked apart my gaming strategy.
Damn.
Honestly, the rankings haven't changed at all. Trim Pike is still in 5th, has 329 points. Mandy, you're still in 4th with 422. You had a good round. The Prophet of Tolerance, Benjamin Franklin, is in 3rd with 459 points. B-Rye has 699, and Allie currently stands atop. Still, I should say, stands atop the pile of bodies with 760 points. So, we're still doing pretty good. All right, 2 rounds down. Allie, tell me what you're thinking. Are you gonna carry this through round 3 through the equalizer, or are you?
Well, I'm feeling pretty confident, but to be completely fair, I don't know how many rounds we're doing. So
We got one more. So one more round.
I got this. I got this.
The white wine speaks true with her. She's ready. B-Rye, where are you at? You still thinking number 2 is just settling in? You're gonna be a nice consistency of number 2 there? You're gonna be a solid, not a liquid?
Absolutely. I mean, it's, second place is just first place or loser. So I'm still going to go first, but,
And we are talking Will Ferrell, so if you're not first, you're last, so...
Right.
Oh, yeah, and Mandy, before we get to you, I do have to read a couple of comments. Hannigan's already accusing me of this game being rigged because full name for Pepper Potts, but not Jughead. And I'm sure I have an argument for this somewhere, but my main one is I don't care. And, yeah, the FOED director, I'm the Empire, Sam, and put the E in special quotes since I can't tell the difference between an umpire and an empire. So this is all good. The chat is a buzz. You can't fire an Empire, Hannigan. All right, anyway, so I'm getting in a fight with people that I can't actually speak to. So Mandy, you thinking late stage comeback is in the works, or are you just like speed ramming some trivia right now? You look like you're studying. just setting the bar low for yourself. and hope for the best. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. And yeah, the last one should be an interesting one. And I'll tell you what, I'll just say right now, for the last question of the game, you don't have to give me the full name. So there you go. And I think that's going to help a lot of people out, because I am a just and loving umpire of my empire.
I just and loving umpire.
You gave that, yeah. All right, you guys ready to get back into, or not get back, but just get into round 3 here? All right, I'm seeing at least enough head yeses, and it was a rhetorical question, so I appreciate you answering either way. That's good stuff. So let me get myself situated here. Starting out with question lucky number 13. What do bees collect and use to create honey? What do bees collect and use to create honey? You got pollen, sucrose, nectar, and chlorophyll as your options. One of them is right, and the rest of them are not.
Wow.
I know, that is my absolute peak trivia game hosting right there. And already the chat's a flutter with a bunch of great bad answers, including bee butt stuff and sucralose. I don't know what sucralose is, but it sounds like it belongs.
Not that.
Is that what that is? Probably is. Maybe it is. I'm not up to date on my sweeteners, so say with enough authority and I'll believe it. All right, the timer is done, though. What do bees collect and use to create honey? We had pollen, sucrose, nectar, and chlorophyll. 3 people said pollen. 2 people said nectar. And they use nectar to make honey, and the pollen just gets transported on their bodies to help pollinate more flowers. But the nectar is what they basically eat and barf up to make honey. So next time you're having some honey in your tea, just think that's just bee barf. It's good times. Good times.
It's the best of all insects.
Yeah, I know, it's, sometimes I wish I could puke up honey. I'd be a millionaire. All right, next question, number 14. Which of these movies does not star or feature the hunkalicious Brad Pitt? Which of these movies does not star or feature the hunkalicious Brad Pitt? We got 12 Monkeys, World War Z, True Romance, or Sin City. Yep. Who knows the Brad Pitt?
I wish I could see him in the season finale of Dave.
I mean, wait, what?
Show. The show on that called Dave. It's about the rapper Lil Biggie, and Brad Pitt was in the season 3 finale.
I did not know that.
Which was a very shocking thing to see.
Well, there you go. You have outquizzed the quizmaster. Well done. Well done.
That's
And helped me kill the timer. So now we can answer this question, which does not involve your answer of they. Which of these movies does not star or feature the hunkalicious Brad Pitt? We had, a split, almost 50-50. 2 people went True Romance, and the rest of you went Sin City. And those of you that went Sin City would be correct. He was definitely not in that. And he definitely was some stoner guy named Floyd in True Romance. And I know that's a deep cut of a movie, and if you haven't seen it, you should definitely watch it. It is a keeper. So now moving on. What's that?
I think it's like his first role. First major role.
It was a very, very early one. Yeah, it was like 1991, 2, or 3. I don't remember, but yeah, he was very young. All right.
Interview with the Vampire Days.
Before he was a vampire, yes. Then he lived forever. All right, next up, another pop culture one here. Who was Conan O'Brien's longtime sidekick? Was that Norm Macdonald, Andy Richter, Craig Ferguson, or Bill Burr? Who was Conan's longtime sidekick? A few seconds left. There it is. All right. So our options again were Norm Macdonald, Andy Richter, Craig Ferguson, or Bill Burr for Conan O'Brien's longtime sidekick. I don't have to go through any of this because 100% of you answered Andy Richter. And this time, 100% of you are correct. Brian's already like, yeah, don't try to suck this one over on me. Yeah, it was Richter. The Richter scale. It was good times. All right, now a different kind of pop culture question. Which of these Alberts was known as the Boston Strangler? Which of these Alberts was known as the Boston Strangler? Was that Albert Hoffman, Albert Hammond, Albert DeSalvo, or Albert Pujols? Allie, I feel like you were making a face like you saw something that amused you.
Oh, well, I mean, I think one of them's a baseball player.
It is. You're right.
Just because I like to laugh at his jersey every time I see it.
Because it's, we'll get to there. Yeah.
Isn't one of these people in Strokes?
Yeah, there's that too. Yeah, you guys are breaking this down. Yeah, these are all Alberts that are real, but not serial killers. So, we got... And Hannigan says, I remember when I got DeSalvo's signature at spring training. I bet you did, buddy. So which of these Alberts was known as the Boston Strangler? We got Albert Hoffman, Albert Hammond, Albert DeSalvo, and Albert Pujols. And Pujols is the professional baseball player that I'm sure Allie laughs at because it sounds like poo holes. Like a hole for your poo. Am I wrong?
I mean, no.
Okay, just wanted to make sure I wasn't taking this in a direction and throwing her under the bus. Then we had Albert Hoffman, the first person to synthesize, ingest, and trip on LSD. And then Albert Hammond is the guitarist and other instruments in the band The Strokes, which leaves us with Albert DeSalvo. And so if Hannigan got his signature at spring training, it's probably a knife to the face. I think that's his signature move. Actually, I really don't know what he did, but... he strangled people. No, he got his signature with... Yeah. See? I read my own questions. I spot check all this. This is good.
They didn't call him the Boston Hugger,
Yeah, right. Yes, duh was the right answer there, Ryan. All right, so last multiple choice question we have, right, meow. Which show airing on the CW brought Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Veronica to life, but with a dark, modern twist? So kind of a follow-up to our Jughead question from last round. Which show airing on the CW brought Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Veronica to life, but with a dark, modern twist? Was that Riverdale, One Tree Hill, Charmed, or Wednesday? And Mandy looks like she's just agonizing over which one to pick.
Wow.
Based on the pop culture questions you've given me before, I thought maybe this one would be in your wheelhouse. But apparently...
Let's have a Sex and the City night. Crush all this shit.
Exactly. You're just waiting for that Sex and the City trivia to happen everywhere right now. All right, so which show airing on the CW brought Archie, Jughead, Betty, and Veronica to life, but with a dark, modern twist? 4 people said Riverdale, and 1 lonely team said One Tree Hill. 1 team for One Tree Hill, unfortunately, is not going to make the cut. It was a Riverdale, the name of the town that they all exist in. And apparently it ended in a very strange way. I never watched it, and don't care to. So, we're going to move on to the last question now. Now, B-Rye and Mandy, you all know as hosts how this works, and Allie, you've played at least once before, so you guys know you're going to have 15 seconds to wager however many points you want. There's some presets where you can do 0%, you can wager 50, or you can wager 100, or if you want to wager an exact amount, you can tap on that number and put whatever you need in. And I'm basically telling this for the players at home, aka Ryan, because he's the only one that is. Oh wait, we have 5. There's 2 people playing. I think one of them might be Mike. Doesn't matter. Anyway, long and the short, you're gonna have 15 seconds, and then we're gonna read the question. It's gonna be about a sidekick and our best friend. And for this one, like I said, just give me one name for this character. So in the meantime, get your wager and thumbs ready. Benjamin Franklin, let's start this thing up. What?
Should we check the rankings?
Oh shit! Yeah. That was one time you should be correcting me for how I'm doing my job, for sure. Well done. Because you need to know how much your opponents have and how much you have to actually wager. Duh and/or hello. All right, so we had a little bit of movement here in the Topple region. Trim Pike, Mandy, the Prophet of Tolerance, they're all in the same place with 528, 674, and 698 points respectively. But B-Rye has claimed the top seat right now with 1,131 versus Allie's 1,120. And I am seeing Hannigan say all or nothing, and I mean, really, that is what you gotta do. But I'm not here to tell people what to do. We let everyone choose their own fate there, my friend. And all of you are allowed to choose your own fate. So now that you know how many points you have and how many points your opponents have, get ready for the wagering. Because the wagering is upon us. Mr. Benjamin Franklin, did I do anything else wrong, or can we do this?
Nope, we're ready to go.
All right, let's start the wagering right meow. And 15 seconds to choose your fate. And see if you know the answer to this question. And here it comes. As best friend to DJ Tanner in Full House, this character's foot odor became the stuff of legend and regularly was asked to leave the Tanner home. What was this character's name? The best friend of DJ Tanner in Full House, who had foot odor so bad they were legendary, and was regularly asked to leave the Tanner home. Give me this person's name. There's at least one really good bad one in there too. All right, got about 10 seconds. Who's adding to their legacy tonight? Double thumbs down for Mandy. She is not happy with me. All right. Well. We had some movement here, that's for sure. So let's get through the question. 18 is Dunzo. Best friend to DJ Tanner in Full House. Character's foot odor became the stuff of legend and regularly was asked to leave the Tanner home. And my light just died. That's perfect timing. It's like the last call light going off. It was not Stacy's mom. It was not Stanky Spanky Shoe Bro. I could see that though from the picture, I guess. But 3 teams did know this was Kimmy Gibbler, aka Kimmy, because y'all didn't have to give me both names. Because you peer pressured me, and I think I regret it a little bit, but I'll get over it. So, let's wait before Benjamin Franklin. Before we go to the rankings, let me add a little drama to this, because there was some things that switched up a little bit. Going all in and not quite nailing it, we got B-Rye in 5th place with 0 points. We got a goose egg for the B-Rye, but you don't win if you don't swing big. The Prophet of Tolerance, Benjamin Franklin, as in usual form, ended with 69 points in 4th place.
You're so funny.
Yeah, that's what he do. That's how he do sometimes. Then we got Trim Pike in 3rd place with 1,056 points, which means Mandy finished in the top 2. And the top score with 2,240 points was Allie, but Mandy, you still performed admirably with 1,344. You put everything you had in there, and it got you where you needed to be, into second place, a much less embarrassing place than last. What I would say, Brian, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. Top drawer.
Go in.
So there it is. That is game number 12. We finished. We survived, gang. We made it. And Allie, you stayed in first for pretty much the whole game there. Had a little dip. Were you nervous when that went down? Were you thinking, well, this is it?
I mean, thank you for growing up in the 90s. That's how I did this. Thank you, Kimmy Gibbler.
Yeah. I think Kimmy Gibbler, she owes you big time now. Or you owe her. I don't know who owes who in that situation, but it doesn't matter. The 90s were weird. They're fun. Well played. B-Rye, you were in second for most of it, and then you dropped a big turd after a couple of turd jokes. You just...
Hey, you know what? I wish I would watch more TV. That's all I got to say about that. So.
Well, there's your excuse now. It's like, well, if I want to do good at trivia, I got to watch more TV. So you got.
But you know what? This isn't the last TV to me. That's all I'll say about that.
Oh, okay then. There it is. He's not letting go of that. Now, Miss Mandy, you went from fourth to second. You basically, I guess, halved your rank, but doubled your score. So. Was that just a little bit of witchery where you're like, oh, I'm just gonna lose, and then now I'm gonna get second?
You know what? I don't want to end at 0. I want to be that person. So, yeah.
Okay, well, you had a wager strategy then. That's fair. Like I said, between you and B-Rye, you've both hosted, so you've seen this go south, and you see how it goes. So. The risks were presented to you, and you went as needed, and that is appreciated. So, well
again, Centennial takes the vote win over our data. I can't wait to tell the vote win.
Yeah, you're gonna be telling him that for the next 6 months too. It's not just gonna be 1 week. Well, and I will just say that currently Arvada is in the lead, so maybe this is you're going to try to lead your squad to victory now. You're all amped up and ready to go, or maybe B-Rye is ready to be like, hey, here's what we need to do. I came in with a big fat goose egg. Now we gotta avenge me personally, or not. Anyway, so there we go. Allie, what question did you think I should be ejected from the Empire seat for? Because we had some people calling for my resignation.
Personally, I'm real mad that I didn't get the Backstreet Boys one.
Okay. So that's more mad at you than me. Like, there wasn't a question where you're like, fuck Sam. I'm going to just deck him next time I see him.
Oh, that was every question.
Okay. Good. That's why I brought you on here. I knew violence was impending, so can't wait to see you next. Let's do dinner sometime, for sure. B-Rye, which question made you just go in the not so great way?
The last one, Ben. The very last one.
Yeah. That one did all the damage it needed to.
Yeah, I finally watch enough TV. That's it.
That's fair.
That's my excuse. Get to it.
Yep, that's. You know what? We'll bring it back on. We'll get you another redemption shot here. And Mandy, I'm not going to ask you which question you hated because I could tell by your face which ones you did and didn't like. Which one was the question you're like, hell yeah?
The Jughead and the Kimmy Gibbler.
I was going to say, if you can't say her name now, I might have to take your points away. That's good. Yeah, that makes sense. The Jughead and the Kimmy, they were your They were your favorite sidekicks and best friends.
The first one I had no idea who she was, so I was like, damn.
Hey, you thought she was a cute redhead, so that's good enough. That's a start. All right, gang. Well, hey, thank you all so much for playing. Again, this has been Shut Up and Drink Trivia, the live stream. We got another episode coming in 2 weeks, give or take. Yeah, right around the 30th, the 29th. What is today? The 15th? Yeah, so the 29th of April. Hopefully we'll have a whole new set of bodies in the hot seats and plenty of more good times and questions. And looks at that. Ryan Hannigan's even said, I'm just happy with the podium, but also mad he forgot about Benning the final question. He's also upset that he didn't 69 or get 69, however you want to look at that. But it's all right. You guys can Franklin the questions in the future. Yeah. And apparently now my nickname is Mr. Empire in the chat, so I'm very good with that. Ben, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. What were you saying?
Oh, no.
Okay, it's nothing. So with that, I will cut you all loose. Hopefully you'll come back in 2 weeks. Tell your friends, come play with us. We're trying to get more people on these live streams. If anyone sees this in the post-play, go down and see B-Rye and Mandy, or go up and or down, whatever. Go to Arvada to see B-Rye, go to Centennial to see Mandy. And Allie, she works at a brewery, more or less. So I don't know if she might give you trivia questions. I don't know how she operates these days, but you can go see the Lone Tree Great Divide and see her in person. Just don't do anything weird, man. Don't be internet people. But with that, I say come out to one of our live games. Check us out on Instagram to find out where those are. We got them all over town, mostly in the metro area. One downtown. And hopefully more coming your way shortly. So with that, I say adieu, get yourselves home safely, and we'll see you on the next one. Yes.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.